Welcome everyone to my YouTube channel. My name is Was Moses, a mathematics teacher by profession, teaching in Government Bilingual High School, Baturi in Cameroon. We will be sharing some lessons on Geogebra basic tutorials for beginners. In lesson 1, we are going to see how to input a point and a vector in Geogebra with a given dimension. In this lesson, for example, if we have a point, say P, with coordinates 2, -3, we simply input P as a capital letter equals, we put in the coordinates in the input box. The result will be the point plotted. For a vector, say OQ equals -3i plus 5j, we again simply input, instead of a capital letter, we input the small letter Q, and we equate it to the coordinates -3, 5, which are the coordinates that gives the vector -3 plus 5j. The result in Geogebra gives us a vector. Alternatively, for those who have already been using the Geogebra, you can use the point tool in the option boxes for a point, and you use the vector tool for a vector. Those who have been using Geogebra already know how to do this. Okay. As a summary of what we are going to see at the end of this Geogebra lesson, we are going to see that capital letter with coordinates in Geogebra gives a point, while lowercase letter with coordinates gives a vector. We move to the illustrations. We'll be very brief. Okay, for those who don't have the Geogebra, you need to first of all install the Geogebra app in your computers. Now, we are in the Geogebra interface. This is input. The input is indicated. So we go to the input and we type in the point, capital letter P equals, I put the coordinates, 2, -3. Once I place enter, we see the point P plotted. This is the point P. Okay, the next is a vector. We still go to where we have an input, and we input, instead of capital P, we put a small letter Q. Once we put a small letter accompanied by coordinate, the coordinate in this case is -3, 5. We immediately see the result. The capital letter gives a point P, and the small letter Q with the same coordinates instead gives a vector Q. Now, we also said alternatively, for those who already know how to use the Geogebra tools, these are the Geogebra tools I'm pointing to. We can do away with this point and the vector. We remove it. I remove the vector. Now I simply go to the point tool, point A. I highlight the point tool. I move to the point where the coordinates 2, -3 intersect here, and I click at the junction. That gives the point 2, -3. Again, for the vector, I can go to that Geogebra tools. I look at the line tool. When I look at the line option, I drop down the drop-down menu. When I go down the drop-down menu, I see vector. I choose the vector tool. You see, now it is a vector tool indicating in that box. Then the vector tool, I click at the origin O. I move up till I meet the point -3, 5, which is here. Thank you for listening. This is the end of our first lesson on GeoGebra for beginners. We are going to continue with our subsequent lessons. And in each lesson, the title of the lesson will always be communicated to you. Thank you and have a nice day. Thanks for following.